With the city's streets, parks, and subways once again inundated with homeless people, a startling discovery. New numbers from the city showing outreach efforts to get the homeless into the shelters often fail. 99% of the time. CBS 2 political reporter Marcia Kramer with the latest chapter on why people remain homeless in New York.
She's homeless and regularly begs for money outside Madison Square Garden. Has the city tried to come and ask you to get help and go into a shelter?
All the time.
And why don't you go?
Because I don't trust no shelter.
Why not?
Because a lot of stuff happens.
This woman, a prime example of what city outreach workers are up against and why New Yorkers see so many homeless on the streets. CBS 2 discovered the lack of success is stunning. Only 1% agree to go to shelters despite a $74 million budget. Experts say the city
need to do a total reevaluation of the whole outreach operation, because 1%, in my mind, is not acceptable.
Former Deputy Commissioner for Homeless Services Robert Mascali says the city's outreach numbers speak for themselves. Of 4,084 contacts with the homeless between July 12th and August 8th, just 22 agreed to go into a shelter. A success rate less than 1%, Mascali says. Commuters walking past the homeless at Penn Station don't like it one bit.
Only 1% of the time? I'm sorry about that. It's not acceptable.
It's not acceptable. More should be done.
De Blasio has basically decided not to do anything about it, and if they actually push them to go where they're supposed to be, then the streets would be more safe.
Homeless outreach, NYPD.
Actually, that's part of the problem. Under state law, the homeless can't be forced to go into shelters unless they are a danger to themselves or others, like when it's very cold outside. The legislature and the governor could change the law, but officials I spoke to said it would be very difficult to formulate a law that would not infringe on a person's constitutional right to be free. Human Resources Commissioner Steve Banks says it's excruciatingly difficult to convince the street homeless to come in out of the cold.
We all know more work needs to be done, because the process of bringing someone in off the streets isn't a single conversation. Sometimes it works, and that's almost like a miracle. More typically, it may take 50, 60, or more contacts.
This as the city has added 200 outreach workers and 220 new safe haven beds. Joe Hallmark, Associate Director of Goddard Riverside, a group that does the outreach, says the solution is housing.
We have a long way to go with affordable housing.
But even more housing doesn't address those with mental health issues. But we attempted to compare New York's outreach efforts with those in Los Angeles, Chicago, San Francisco, and Boston. Officials in those cities say they don't keep those kinds of records. Now, here in New York, we can accommodate all in need. The homeless simply reject it. Dana?
So many different issues. Marcia, thank you.